Floral perfumes are some of the most popular perfumes around, and they have been popular for many years. And while there are most likely hundreds of floral perfumes on the market, there are a few that have remained popular for several decades. And of course there are some new ones that are quite popular as well. But in this video I'm going to be exploring more or less the top 5 most popular, most common, most used floral perfumes. So to start is a perfume that you might not be too familiar with by Creed, is this Flowers of Bulgaria, or Fleurs de Bulgarie in its proper original name. This is only a sample, but the full bottle is very expensive. I think it's maybe $300 to $400. This is a very old floral perfume, arguably one of the oldest that you can still get today. It was originally commissioned for Queen Victoria in, I think, the mid-1800s, and it's made from Bulgarian roses. And as you could expect, it's a very, very rosy scent. But besides that, it has some very light grassy notes, very refreshing, very light. You can really imagine pacing through a field of roses and some other flowers and, you know, grass flowing in the wind, that sort of thing. And it is a more old-fashioned type of floral fragrance. You could definitely tell it smells a little bit like rose soap, rather than something very, very bright or sweet. This actually isn't a very sweet floral fragrance, which is a rare occurrence, but this is more of a dry yet refreshing rose perfume. And it's of course produced by Creed, who is well known for producing luxury fragrances over the years. So there's that. You can't really go wrong with that unless you don't like the smell of roses. So the second floral perfume that I have on my list here is the ever classic Chanel No. 5. This often shows up in my videos. I mean, it's arguably the most popular fragrance in the world, so it's not too surprising that it shows up often. The thing about this is that it is the most classic floral perfume. It has notes of just very light floral notes mixed with aldehydes, which also have synthetic floral notes. But overall, it has a freshness that is counteracted by its base notes, which are more woodsy and musky with notes of civet. But also, which is the thing that's common with these older floral fragrances, is that they're not very sweet compared to floral fragrances today, which definitely tend to be sweet, and they usually have some fruity notes thrown in. Chanel No. 5 is not really sweet at all. It has just those succulent floral notes, and then a hint of brightness from the aldehydes. And overall, it's actually a surprisingly warm floral fragrance, which usually florals are a bit cold sometimes, you know, too refreshing, so they have kind of a cold aura. But this Chanel perfume is definitely a bit on the warmer side, mainly because of the base notes. But overall, a very just classic, very elegant floral perfume for Chanel No. 5. Now, here's another one, the third one, Miss Dior. Let's see. And the thing about this is, I suppose, the modern formulation of Miss Dior. Originally, it came out in 1947, but this is a 2001 reformulation, which is quite sweet, a little bit fruity, and overall just a very nice floral, very feminine floral fragrance. The prominent fruity notes that come in are mainly apricot and plum, but that's counteracted by some notes of rose, some notes of iris, you know, that sort of thing. And This is indeed a sweet perfume, which a lot of people tend to like. Definitely more modern. Definitely something that you could wear pretty much anywhere. It's just a very nice, pretty much stereotypically feminine perfume. It's also very good for the daytime. It lasts a surprisingly long time. A lot of floral fragrances don't last that long, but I would argue that Miss Dior, especially the Eau de Parfum, definitely does last quite a while. So, besides that, overall, very good fragrance. I quite like Miss Dior, even though I don't wear it on a regular basis. It's just a nice kind of more... It can be casual, but it could also be more luxurious, of course, since it's from Dior. The fourth perfume that I have here, this very almost empty sample here, is one of my favorites, L'air du temps by Nina Ricci. And this is yet another very old perfume because it came out in 1948 after World War II. And these doves on the top actually symbolize peace and freedom after the war. I love this fragrance because it's extremely rich, which you wouldn't usually expect from a floral perfume. And in a way, it is very similar to Chanel No. 5 for that reason. It has white floral notes, but it also has some richer, jasmine, that sort of thing. But it's also grounded by amber, wood notes, and I wouldn't say it's a very bright or refreshing floral fragrance, but more of a very warm, succulent, oily almost sort of fragrance. And that's what I like most about it, is that certain warmth that it has, rather than a bright crispness. It's a completely different, compared to, say, Creed's Flowers of Bulgaria, it's a completely different fragrance. It doesn't have that coldness, but instead unique warmth. And the last perfume on this floral perfume list is Sublime by Jean Patou. And this is actually another one of my favorites. Every time I put it on, I'm immediately uplifted because it has these very sunny, light, bright, yet warm floral notes. I always use the word sunny to describe Sublime because that's just what it reminds me of. It's like you're looking up at the sun sort of thing. And it has hints of jasmine, vanilla, and orange mainly. You really get those citrus notes right away when you put it on. I even get some notes of pineapple, vaguely. And when it dries, it really becomes this warm, yet sweet, and yet not too sweet floral fragrance. That jasmine really, adds some warmth to the mix. And it's just a really nice kind of fragrance that you could wear all day. You could wear it into the evening. It lasts a long time. And it's not that expensive either. And it's very versatile. And it's just pleasant to wear. So, and it is a warmer fragrance. It has some wood notes in the bottom to ground it. So, that's a good mix, I would say. But those are the top 5 floral fragrances that I have on my list. Of course, there are hundreds of floral fragrances on the market, so this is only a small sample size. But I would say that most of these are quite popular. Some of them are a bit more niche, like the L'air du temps is a bit niche because it is older. But other than that, these are all very high quality floral perfumes, some of which are my favorites. So if you have any floral perfumes that you like, you can always leave those down in the comments. If you like the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.